Danielle Campoamor says there are 7 feminist issues less famous than the wage gap that still deserve your attention. In the article linked below, she identifies these as online harassment, intersectionality, ending the tampon tax, paid maternity/family leave, fighting slut-shaming, the lack of female business leaders, and body positivity. Okay, from the top. Number 1, online harassment. As we all know, feminists identify everything from a polite disagreement to 8-year-olds behaving like little brats as harassment. This is because, by and large, feminists possess all the emotional maturity of a 15-year-old psychopath. They're narcissistic, incapable of appreciating the hypocrisy of their vicious tirades and accusations, and they're 1,000 times more guilty of the very things of which they accuse others. So, of course, we should drop everything to defend these strong, powerful, independent pansies from the shock, the horror, the tragedy of having to endure criticism. Poor dears. Number 2, intersectionality. Intersectionality is the absurd privilege matrix that allows these imbeciles to fly into outrageous attacks against Western men for the feminists' mythical rape culture, while excusing Muslims for committing real rape, real sexual assaults, and, oh, by the way, sometimes killing multiple innocent bystanders. Marcus, Turd-Flinging Monkey, C.S. MGTOW, or one of the other great commentators suggested that intersectionality will cause feminism to destroy itself. I've witnessed so many predictions of the demise of feminism fail that I'll believe it when I see it, but we can always hope. Number 3, the tampon tax. They want women to be able to buy feminine hygiene products tax-free for the same reason they want all men to subsidize insurance to cover contraceptives for women. Because vagina. Libertarian-like, I'm all for the lowest taxes possible, but as long as we are taxed, I'll get on board with tax-free feminine hygiene products when feminists get on board with tax-free masculine hygiene products, like razors, Listerine, foot brushes, for those of you who are man enough to scrub your feet top and bottom with a brush, Listerine, I already mentioned that, and tongue scrapers, large bags of baking soda for twice-a-week hair wash. You do read Return of Kings, don't you? And beer. Beer is a hygiene product, right? Number 4, paid maternity/family leave. Feminists want everybody to forget that before feminism started to destroy Western culture, we had paid maternity/family leave. It was called the nuclear family and the stay-at-home mom. 1976 marked the year when women really began to flood the labor market. This massive increase in the supply of workers contributed a tremendous amount to the gradual decline in wages masked by inflation that has been taking place during the past 40 years. Well, most families today require 2 paychecks to survive. When I was a kid, even day laborers could support a family on a single paycheck. Thanks, feminism. Number 5, fighting slut-shaming. While feminists like to blame men for slut-shaming, claiming that it's a product of their mythical rape culture, slut-shaming has little to do with men and primarily to do with female competition for male attention. Women are far more likely to engage in slut-shaming than men, but feminists can't admit this because it doesn't fit their blame men for everything narrative. That's because feminists are hate mongers and liars. Number 6, the lack of female business leaders. This couldn't be because most of the large, successful businesses are founded and built by men, could it? No, of course not. Feminists could never admit to that because they can't score any points by telling the truth. So instead, they whine about the lack of women who get appointed to lead already established companies. Competition, competence, ambition, and hard work have nothing to do with the preponderance of men in these positions. No. Sexism, sexual harassment, and prejudice are to blame. Yeah, right. Number 7, body positivity. Feminists despise women who take pride in their appearance, the way women used to. When I was a kid, most American women took pride in their appearance, but people with pride resist efforts to turn them into cattle bound for the slaughter. So we got body positivity, starting with Fat is a Feminist Issue, in which Susie Orbach promoted the idea that women should feel fine about their poor health habits. Now America is plagued by an epidemic of obesity that is driving women and men alike to pay homage to the American prescription drug cartel, spending billions to stave off early death. Thanks, feminists. Thanks for all the progress you have made to destroy the family, the best culture in the world, and the very women whom you claim to support. And on the whole wage gap nonsense, check out the great article linked below by Jeff Green. New gender pay gap studies are challenging conventional wisdom. A new study now validates everything Warren Farrell wrote in his outstanding book, Why Men Earn More, published more than 10 years ago. For the Backlash at Backlash.com, my name is Rod Van Mechelen.